Hello everyone, today in our video podcast I will speak about the international organization Stop Ecocide International and its local branch in Australia, which is Stop Ecocide Australia. Stop Ecocide International is promoting and facilitating steps towards making ecocide a crime at the International Criminal Court, ICC, in order to prevent the devastation of nature and to protect the future of life on Earth. Stop Ecocide International was co-founded in 2017 by lawyer the late Polly Higgins and current executive director Jojo Mehta. What is ecocide? Ecocide is the damage and destruction of ecosystems, a severe harm to nature which is widespread or long-term. Ecocide committed over years has created the climate and the ecological emergency that we are now facing. Stop Ecocide International has worked with legal experts from across the world and has come up with an historic definition of ecocide intended to be adopted by the International Criminal Court, ICC, to prosecute the most shocking offenses against the environment. The draft law, unveiled in June, defines ecocides as unlawful or wanton acts committed with knowledge that there is a substantial likelihood of severe and widespread or long-term damage to the environment being caused by those acts. Stop Ecocide Foundation initiative comes amid great concerns that not enough is being done to tackle the climate and ecological crisis. If adopted by the International Crime Court's ICC members, it would become the fifth offense the court prosecute, alongside war crimes, crimes against humanity, genocide, and the crime of aggression, and the first new international crimes since the 1940s, when Nazi leaders were prosecuted at the Nuremberg trials. The four other crimes all focus exclusively on the well-being of human beings. This one, ecocide, if adopted of course, shall introduce a new approach, namely putting the environment at the heart of international law, and that is quite original and innovative. This initiative is part of a process of changing public consciousness, recognizing that we are in a relationship with our environment. We are dependent for our well-being on the well-being of the environment, and that we have to use various instruments, political, diplomatic, but also legal, to achieve the protection of the environment. So ecocide is a crime against the living natural world, ecosystem loss, damage or destruction which is occurring every day. Unlike crimes against humanity, ecocide has severe impact on inhabitants, not just on humans. The French President, Emmanuel Macron, has championed the idea. Also, the Pope has also done the same, and other European countries have also expressed an interest. As potential example of ecocide, we may mention major oil spills. The worst was in 2010, which formed a slick extending over more than 149 square kilometers, with an estimated 1,770 kilometers of shoreline polluted. We can also speak about the Amazon deforestation. We speak about the unlawful killing of a protected species, such as the two remaining northern white rhinos. We speak about fracking, the toxic effect of unconventional oil and gas extraction. We can speak about plastic production, transport, and waste industries, textile chemicals, which are having a huge polluting impact via wastewater from dyeing and tanning, for example. We talk about the water crisis. 80% of China's water reservoirs are contaminated, and the rest of the world continues to overconsume and contaminate its water supplies. We talk about climate crisis. We are well on way to a catastrophic 4 degrees Celsius rise in temperature by the end of the century. And climate change and extreme weather conditions contribute to death by hunger and communicable disease of 400,000 people every year, mostly children in developing countries. We talk about ocean warming. The more energy we use, the higher the earth temperature, and with this has decreased the sea oxygen level and caused the death of the marine life crucial to the delicate balance of the ecosystem that our planet needs to survive and thrive. We talk about fisheries depletion, meat consumption, because we are eating more meat that we can produce, most particularly beef, because farming cows requires lots of land and water, erodes and depletes soil, leads to deforestation and emit methane, a greenhouse gas, which has a 23 times higher negative impact on climate than carbon dioxide. We speak about the energy crisis. Most of our energy comes from coal and natural gas, which cause harmful emission and further negative climate change. Energy needs are likely to remain unmet for hundreds of millions of households, ongoing, unless we urgently find more sustainable sources of energy for all. Australia is the 5th leading country in the world for coal production and the 2nd leading country for coal exports. Emissions resulting from coal combustion, such as sulfur dioxide, which contributes to acid rain and respiratory illness, nitrogen oxide, which contribute to smog, respiratory illnesses, particulates, which contribute to smog, haze, and respiratory illness and lung disease, all coming from coals. Unfortunately, in Australia, not enough has been done by the federal government in regard to support the initiative of making ecocide a crime. So Stop Ecocide International has opened its local branch in Australia, and my honorable friend John Davies, a former magistrate, is one of the co-founders of Stop Ecocide Australia, together with Rob White and Michelle Maloney. I am the antenna and resource person of Stop Ecocide Australia for Melbourne and the state of Victoria. So I appeal to everyone in Melbourne or wherever you are in Australia to join Stop Ecocide Australia, to join forces with us so that the voice of our organization on the Australian soil can be heard loud and clear. So if our ideals, the ideal championed by Stop Ecocide, are compatible to your belief, to your values, if you agree that ecocide should be considered as a 5th international crime, whoever you are, whatever your status, please join our organization today. Please leave a comment and leave your details in the section below, or contact me personally so that you may join Stop Ecocide Australia, so that you and me can make an impact together and leave a legacy to our children and to the next generation. I will leave you with the words of David Suzuki, the famous Canadian academic and environmental activist. David Suzuki said, "The economy, the market, the free enterprise, currency, capitalism are not forces of nature. We invented them. They are not unchangeable. They are not fixed in stone. We can change them. But clean air, clean soil, clean water, the biodiversity, the speed of light, the gravity, all these we cannot change. They are here for our health and well-being. It makes no sense to elevate the economics above the biosphere, above the ecosystem." So thank you all for your attention. Keep thinking, keep dreaming, keep your dreams alive and your belief as well. And remember, sometimes we cannot change the world, but we cannot let the world change us either. So stay safe, keep the planet safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.